5 exercises you should do if you want to look ripped. Sean here from Fit Fusion Brotherhood. I owned a gym for 10 years. I've coached thousands of men, and in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 exercises that you should be doing if you want to look ripped. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to give you kind of a broader framework of what kind of exercises you should be doing, and then I'll give you my personal 5 favorite for each one of these. Also important to note, general rule of thumb, when it comes to the number on the scale, you probably want to prioritize nutrition more. So don't expect to start doing these exercises and see all of the fat drop off if you're not making nutritional changes. Now, when it comes to the exercises I'll be talking about today, we're talking more about body composition. So how your body's actually going to start to look once you implement them. And another good thing is there's no such thing as a must-do exercise. So although these are my personal favorites, don't feel like you have to do them. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first group we have here is going to be upper body push. Now, if there's one area where guys tend to be a little bit dominant, maybe overworked, it can be upper body push. So if you are gonna skip one of these, this is probably the one to do it. Now, there's some pretty good exercises to choose from, but my personal favorite when it comes to push is an incline dumbbell chest press. So the reason I suggest incline over an overhead press or a flat bench press is a couple of reasons. Well, first off, it's going to be really good for building strength and building muscle. And also, it's a lot easier on your shoulders. So you're going to put yourself in a much more shoulder-friendly position than a bench press or an overhead press. And you still get the benefit of working your chest. I would argue it's actually better for overall muscular development. And again, it's easier on the joints too. So you just adjust the bench, grab some dumbbells, get you a little bit more range of motion. You're going to work more of the upper part of the chest here as well as those shoulders. So really accentuating some of those muscles that guys tend to want to have when they go through their transformation. So the first one, incline dumbbell chest press for push day. So next we have upper body pull. So unlike the push day, a lot of guys tend to be weaker in the back. So pull, always a good idea. Lots of great exercises to choose from. There's really not many that I would say are that kind of avoid or be careful with, because I think in general pull days are really good. Working muscles that tend to be underdeveloped, but also doing good things for your shoulders, for your back. And it's just for the average guy, you might want to do 2 or even 3 pull exercises for one push. But the pull exercise that I chose, that might be a little bit advanced for some people, is the pull-up. You could either do the pull-up or the chin-up, depending on the hand grip that you like. But the reason I love this is you're working some of the biggest muscles in your body here. You're developing great functional strength, and it's just one of those exercises that you get so much bang for your buck. Now, if this is a little bit too advanced for you, what I would suggest instead would be any sort of row, but preferably a dumbbell row. You can do single arm. So in a perfect world, you'd want to do both of this. So you get the vertical pull with the pull-up, you get the horizontal pull with the row. So anytime you're putting together a pull day or a back day, make sure you take that into consideration. So you want to be doing exercises both vertically and horizontally. Most guys tend to be dominant on one side over the other, so make sure you sprinkle both of those in. So number 2, for upper body pull, give me the pull-up. Number 3, we have any sort of squat pattern, or you can toss lunges in here as well, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get knee flexion. So a lot of great choices here as well. How many guys out there skip leg day? My personal favorite here, to be honest, would be any lunge, but I'm going to choose the one that everyone hates, and that's the Bulgarian split squat. I just think it's probably the best exercise for building the legs, for increasing your strength. It is an absolute killer, of course, but once you get the hang of it, the fact that you have your top foot kind of on a bench or elevated, you get additional stability and support. So it is more beginner friendly than it looks and more beginner friendly than it feels. But like I said, I could make the argument for any sort of lunge here. The reason I choose lunges over squats is because most people are dominant on one side. So when I tend to watch someone squatting, you'll see their one leg pushes off more than the other, or even their hip will start to shift towards the right. So even though lunges are technically more exhausting to do, they're actually easier to do in terms of like a technique point of view here, because you're forcing the one leg to get the work. Whereas with a squat, you're always going to defer back to that dominant leg that you have. And in my opinion, I just prefer especially for lower body, a lot of single leg work because it's going to help identify and correct those imbalances. But the Bulgarian split squat here, you're working your glutes, you're working your quads. You can adjust the position to kind of prefer which area you're trying to get. So if you want more quads, you shorten the stance, you're more vertical and upright. If you want more glutes, you lengthen the stance and you lean forward a little bit. Okay, so for my squat pattern, give me the Bulgarian split squat. Number 4 is the hinge pattern. And this one's probably the most important specifically for guys. I don't know what it is, but guys really struggle to hip hinge. Guys tend to be very quad dominant, so they'll either get down into a squat instead of a hinge, or they'll just have no ability to hinge their hips and they'll kind of start to round their backward in that position. So guys should absolutely learn how to hip hinge and do it often because you're probably very quad dominant to begin with and you're probably very weak in the glutes, hamstrings, and pretty much your entire back. So a few benefits you would get from doing hinging, especially if you have low back pain or knee pain. A lot of the times when you're hinging correctly and you're correcting some of those imbalances, you can really see a big difference in terms of kind of correcting and getting rid of that pain. But the exercise that I chose here, it should be no surprise if you've ever listened to any sort of fitness video before. It's the RDL, the Romanian deadlift. Now, any sort of deadlift variation would be a good call here. I think the Romanian deadlift is probably the best bang for your buck. So it's like most deadlifts, a very slight bend in the knee. You're going to load up the hips. So you're really going to put a lot of tension on the glutes and the hamstrings here. But it basically works your entire upper or back of the body, your posterior chain. So the RDL, the Romanian deadlift, is my personal favorite. You're going to strengthen the glutes, you're going to build the glutes, you're going to strengthen your core. It's a basic full body exercise that not only is going to build the muscles that are going to help you look good, but also perform well and feel better as well. So that is the hinge, Romanian deadlift. And finally, number 5, we have carries and or holds. And I don't really see many guys doing either of these, so don't feel bad if you don't implement them, but you absolutely should. And the one that I'm going to choose for this one is the farmer's carry. It's so simple, it's so effective. It really is one of those exercises that I would love to see way more people do. So the basics of the farmer's carry, you grab some weight, you walk with it. That's it. You can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with kettlebells, you can do it with a trap bar. It's very functional. You're going to really work your grip, your forearms, your traps, your upper back, your core, and it just translates so well to everyday life. So kind of like I said earlier with the RDL, where it's going to work the muscles that you want to work, it's also going to help help you perform better and feel better as well. So the muscles that you're going to really feel kind of pop during this, that are going to really grow from this, will be your forearms. Always a good look when you can kind of grow your forearms and see those the big grip strength there. Traps as well, one of those muscles that you rarely see guys have. So the traps going basically from your ear to your shoulder. Upper back, so your rhomboids, your smaller rear delt muscles, all of these are going to really help pop, especially when you wear a t-shirt. You can kind of see them pull through as well. And then probably most importantly, core. Even though you can't see it necessarily being strengthened, it's going to help support your back. It's going to help you move better and perform better. But you could also include exercises that are like holds. You could do like a farmer hold where you're just holding the 2 weights. You can hold the 1 weight, you can hold overhead, you can do dead hang on a pull-up bar. So many exercises that are fantastic here. And the reason I include this one is because so few people do. So start implementing some carries and holds and you'll notice your gains go through the roof. So there you have it, guys. 5 exercises you should do if you want to look ripped. Now, obviously there are no must-do exercises, so you can absolutely still get great results without doing these, but you're probably a busy guy, you want to be efficient, you want to save time, you don't want to have to work out longer or harder than you need to. In my opinion, these are the exercises that give you the best bang for your buck. But instead of focusing on the individual exercises, I really want you to think about each segment. So why are we putting an exercise when we do? So focus on a push movement, upper body push, focus on upper body pull. Focus on a squat or lunge pattern, focus on a hinge, and then focus on a carry or hold. That's where you should build your workouts out of. Don't necessarily just pick and choose random exercises, but make sure you have enough exercises that fit into those buckets as equally as possible. If you guys enjoy videos like this, do us a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.